Peace and blessings. Welcome to Creating Simple. My name is Yasmin, aka Sunfire. Those of you new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you who are returning, welcome back. Um, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do so. If you'd like to join the family, please go ahead and do so. Uh, I don't really have a reading, y'all. This isn't my safe place, you know. I'm being triggered right now by some energy, and I guess the Most High want to talk to me, you know. Why I'm being triggered. There's a lot of people projecting on me at this time. There's a lot of things that's got me frustrated and angry that I do know. Plots and schemes against me, you know. So I guess I'm here to just talk about it. Like I told y'all before, I'm transparent about who I am, and I use what I go through to help teach. So I do suffer from PTSD from time to time. Most time it's in check, but here lately it's flaring up. So I wasn't even aware of it. The Most High just made me aware. It's like, look, your PT. Matter of fact, let me read you what he wrote to me. Where's it at? Divine Feminine, your PTSD is triggering. Breathe and do what's best. Do your best to calm down and focus your mind on what makes you feel safe. You're going to be okay. God's promise, you know. So that I might put that up as the thumbnail. It says, "This storm shall pass over you, and you won't get wet." God, you know. I didn't even realize my PTSD was triggered. PTSD was triggered. What did I say? PDS? What is PDS? Hold on, y'all. What is a PDS? You know, I hadn't even realized. I know I was angry off some energy or some things that the Most High had revealed to me. You know, it pissed me off. And the Most High is like, it's like back to back because it has not stopped. Every time I turn around, there's something else. The truth is being revealed, and it's just like, the more the truth is being revealed, the more angry I'm getting, you know? And it's like, it's too much. I can't take no more, you know? Don't tell me nothing else right now. But the Most High, there's a reason why he's putting all this pressure on me right now, okay? Confirmation. There's a reason why he's putting all this pressure on me right now, and it's triggering my PTSD. So my safe place is focusing on speaking the truth. That's my safety net. You know, that's my calming place. That's why this is my outlet where I get to let all that out. So I'm going to transmute this energy and put whatever the Most High need me to put out here. We're going to speak on it. You know, figure out what's all this emotion. Because I had some type of crazy ass dream too. And it's weird because there's like an art show or some shit going on. This ain't the first time I had a dream about an art show, okay? And it's weird because the first time I had a dream about an art show, it was like an outside exhibit that goes indoors. It's like you start outdoors and then it goes indoors. But that's when shit get freaky, you know, when it goes indoors. And then this other art show was more so a lighted canvas, like a white canvas, where everything, it's like if you stand in front of it, it shows you your demon or your alter ego or some shit like that. I don't know. But, excuse me, confirmation. Okay, that was an attack. I feel like I just got punched in the throat. Most High, did you just try to stop me? Somebody just attacked my throat chakra. Because something pertaining to this art show they don't want told. Is this a karmic? Huh. Okay, so this like one person stood in front of this white screen and they start popping out like bubbles. It's like the more they get angry, you know how the Incredible Hulk turned green, you know? It's like some Marvel comic shit. But like the Incredible Hulk got real big and he turned green, right? Well, this person turned into a bunch of like swollen blisters, okay? And one would pop off and explode, poof, you know? And this person would laugh, you know? They're laughing at this exhibit, right? And then there's another person whose hands won't stop spinning. You know, I don't know if they look like they was voguing to me. I don't know. But whatever they was doing with their hands, they was explaining something. And I don't recall all that they said. Maybe it'll come back to me as I do this reading. I don't know. I did see some people crouched behind doors, hiding, and there's a lot of commotion in a hallway. And you still hear this popping and stuff going on, like flash bangs and shit. And there's two individuals with weapons. Well, excuse me, one individual, heavyset man. He didn't have a shirt on. Okay, he was in this room with children. Okay, and there's a woman that's kneeled at her knees outside this door, but she doesn't try to come in. She doesn't move. She just sits still. I don't know if she's got her hands behind her head and she's like you know how the police put you down on your knees and put the handcuffs and have your hands behind your head type shit. That's the pose she was in, right? She was just sitting there and this fat dude come out with no shirt on and he goes out in the hall and me and the child closed the damn door behind him, you know? And I hold this child. I don't know who this child is, but I just hold the child because they're terrified. Like, and there was something else that transpired in this vision, but it's very vague. I barely, whatever this is, they don't want it to be seen because I knew it. I know it's there because I saw it. I saw it clear as day, but now when I try to recall it, I can't. So I'm going to have the Most High help me figure out what that is because it's there. I saw it. I remember it, but I cannot speak it. You see what I'm saying? I can't tell you what it was, and every time I try to draw on that memory, it disappears. So I don't know if it's like some cloaking magic or something. I saw something that wasn't supposed to be seen, or, you know, I don't know. Most High, was you blocking me from seeing whatever that was? So whatever I saw, there's some cloaking magic on it. And whoever laid eyes on it is supposed to forget it. So, okay. You're going to help me figure out what that was. Okay. It's something I know it's something about box. I remember seeing something about a box, something with a handle. That's all I could keep pulling up. That's all I keep pulling up, but there was more going on with it, and I can't. It's just like a blur when I try to remember it. But I know I saw it. You know? What it was, I don't remember. But before I woke up, I knew exactly what it was. I was like, oh, you know? I remember how I felt about it. That's the thing. It was something that was very crucial that needed to be spoke on. But I can't recall it. Alright, so I'm going to get the Most High to help me with that. I don't know if that could be triggering my PTSD, whatever this is that I can't remember. Okay? I don't know. Something's cloaking. I was supposed to be looking up something. It don't matter now. I done forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Art exhibit. I don't even remember. I'm going to have to go back and look at what I said. I don't even remember what I was supposed to be looking. See, like that. Just like that. I was going to look something up, and just like that, it's gone. And I knew for certain what I was going to look up. Same thing in that vision. Okay? Same thing happened in that vision. I knew for certain what I saw, and the moment I walked away from it, gone. And I wasn't even gone from that idea that long. The thought that I had to look something up. I wasn't even gone from it that long. So somebody got some heavy cloaking magic on something. Okay? I don't know what it is. What deck, Most High? There's some heavy cloaking magic. Ooh, my eyes is itching. I see it clearly. And they about to show me something. Okay? Also, no, we'll see. Alright, but yeah. That picture of the goat. I don't know what that goat's about. I just found it online and thought it was cute. And seeing how they didn't have no thumbnails for this reading, you know. Matter of fact, I'm being told to look up that goat. Spiritual meaning of goats.
Goats symbolize independence.
Let's see. Spiritually, goats symbolize independence, resilience, leadership, and fertility in many cultures, but in the Arabic faith, Judaism, Christianity, they often represent sin, rebellion, and separation from God. Especially in context to sheep, while also embodying sacrifice and atonement through the scapegoat ritual, carrying away sins. They signify strong-willed survival and even male fertility, but also stubbornness. Embodying, I said something about there was a male that had weapons, okay? But also stubbornness, embodying both the divine Thor chariot, Baphomet, and the demonic centaurs, or whatever how you say that. Goats are food in barren places, symbolizing self-resilience, tenacity, and speaking of which, that's crazy. Oh, gosh. Now that's crazy. I had goat for lunch yesterday. Oh my gosh, goat curry. Oh my. Okay, I'll see how this tie in with this reading, but they had me keep the bones. Okay? It says goat find food in barren places, symbolizes self-resilience, tenacity, and finding substance in hardships. Leadership and strength maintain. Mountain goats represent authority, power, and dominant spirits, while nourished myths link them to Thor and battle. Fertility and abundance associated with fertility in ancient traditions like the Greek myths, Amethea and Cornucopia. Okay. In that picture, that goat is holding a heart. So, it wasn't big enough small enough to put in the whole frame. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. I see something clearly about the cornucopia. Okay. My eye just started itching. Okay, hold on. Spiritually awakening. In Tibetan Buddhism, they present the path to enlightenment, balance, and harmony. Native Americans traditions see them as a symbol of balance and connection to the earth, yang energy. In Chinese tradition, the male goat signifies happiness and positive forces. Negative meaning, primarily biblical and Christian, sin and rebellion. The goat separated from the sheep in Matthew 25, symbolizing those who reject God and face judgment. Okay, impulsiveness and selfishness. Contrast with obedient sheep, goats are seen as capricious, selfish, and contrary. Demonic association twisted from positive pagan meaning, they became linked to evil and the devil. Yeah. Sacrificial and atonement meaning. In Judaism, Leviticus, one goat was sacrificed and another was the scapegoat, had sin symbolically placed on it and sent into the wilderness of Azrael, repenting, removal of sin. Christ is sacrificed. Christians see Jesus as the ultimate sacrifice, fulfilling the role of the sacrificial lamb and the carrying away of sin. Okay, so that's that. How are boats? Shit, boats. I don't know why I said boats. How are goats' bones significant in spirituality? Goat bones hold spiritual significance, symbolizing fertility, wildness, resilience, and connection to the divine. That's contradicted, you know. Okay, so that Christianity shit is contradicting itself. Okay, keep it moving. All right. Used in practices like divination, knuckle bones, ancestral reverence, and also powerful talismans in various cultures, representing life cycles, abundance, and the ability to overcome obstacles. Echoing the goat's nature is a strong, fertile, and mountain-dwelling creature. They embody stories of what was, is, and will be, acting as conduits to nature's generative. Hold on, that ain't what they say. Yeah, it is. Generative forces. Key spiritual meaning, fertility and abundance. Goats are linked to this. I asked about the bones. Why are you still telling me about the goat? Alright. Goats are linked to the fertility gods of like Pan and are sources of life. Their bones connect to the natural abundance and regeneration. Resilience and determination. As creatures adapt to harsh terrains. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Hold up. There's a reason all this goat referencing. I'm a Capricorn. Okay. Then two, I was ordering oxtails. They was like, no, get the goat. So I get the goat. I listen to spirit and get the damn goat, right? Then as I'm throwing the bones away, they said, keep them bones. So I'm keeping the bones, right? And I done kept all the bones. I got them right here. You know, and I'm just like, okay, well, we keep these bones. We'll show you, you know. Then I get this song of a reminder from God, okay? It says, I am here. I am not leaving. Or leaving you or leaving me. You are here, and I'm not giving up on you or on me. Even when you can't see, Ask God to guide me and deliver me. I'm being told to shift the words for this, okay? Um, and there's actually a melody. When I'm free, my light shines brightly. Now that I can see, I go back into the darkness to set others free. I am the light, divine beacon, guiding all who wants to be free. Confirmation. So follow me to the other side, but there is more that God requires of you. Are you ready to see it through? Because if you're ready, the road is going to get rough, like the a goat's pass. You see what I'm saying? Oh shit, the road is going to get rough, and them bones was rough. All right, going to get rough, but God promised to keep you and build you up tough. Okay, so with the resilience and determination. As creatures adapt to harsh terrains, goat bones symbolize perseverance and overcoming challenges. So the Most High had me keep these bones as a reminder and gave me these words. Oh Lord, that I'm going to overcome and persevere some challenges that I've been going through based off of others interfering in my life. Oh shit. Ancestral connections, animal bones, including goats, can honor ancestors or house ancestral spirits used in jewelry or talisman. So I guess they want me to create a talisman with them. Okay. Okay. I don't know what y'all want me to create with them, but I will. Or in divination and magic, knuckle bones from goats and sheets were ancient tools for fortune telling, while skulls and bones serve a spiritual tool for folk magic, for protection, and communicating with spirits. So y'all want me to learn how to communicate with these bones. Y'all want me to throw bones up in here. And we finna do that today. Oh shit. Okay. I'll do my best. Okay. Mythological power. Goats are associated with powerful deities. Thor. Goats in Norse myths and transformation representing potent natural energy. Okay. Cultural examples. Paganism. Goats are sacred to the wild nature, sexuality, and life force. Their bones connect to these. Hold on. Genital energies. Tibetan Buddhism, yaks and goats' bones, jewelry, serve as a reminder of life's impermanence, anika, and interconnectedness. West African skulls of sacrificed animals had, including goats, marked sacred shrines, signifying divine power and offering. Ancient Greece, Rome, knuckle bones were used for games and divination. Goats were sacred to gods like Dionysus. I may not be saying it right. In essential, goat bones, like animal remains, are potent spiritual objects representing the life force, enduring spirits, and inherent wilderness of the natural world, used to bridge the material and spiritual world. So I've been guided by my spiritual team to keep these bones. Okay. Um. Wow. What the fuck? Why did I just get a notification of somebody's jet? What the fuck? Hold on, wait a minute. Scared. That's what I see. That's what it appears to be. I got to look at this. Hold on. That look like a jet. Okay, that's it's a tumbler. It's a tumbler. Okay, it look like a jet. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Why do I have a notification of somebody's jet? I was like, who doing this? You know? Alright, so we finna get in here and see what the Most High is finna teach me. I guess y'all get to experience how I learn. So, um, PTSD update. I do feel a lot calmer because I'm focusing on what I love. um, there's still some anxiety. I still feel a little bit of anxiety. Um, for those of you who don't know, I will share a tidbit of what's going on with me. I am concerned about one of my children's safety. And I've been on high alert. I can feel her energy. I've heard her calling out my name. And I'm in a position where there's nothing I can fucking do about it. And I feel helpless, so it's triggering my PTSD. Okay? I got lied on. And my rights have been stripped temporarily. And I've reached out to lawyers and nothing. They telling me the same thing. There's nothing I can do. You know, it just sucks. That's what I keep getting. Yeah. Oh, but you know, so I'm just praying. You know, everything's works itself out. But I know I'm fearful of her safety at this time. You know, and I can't speak about it to nobody else that's supposed to listen, because I'm not supposed to know anything about my child. But how do you stop a gifted woman from knowing that her child is in danger? That's what's triggering my PTSD. And then to get confirmation that your child really is in danger. And a judge put them in danger. So yeah, that part. When your child has been legally kidnapped from you, what do you do? That's why my PTSD is triggered. When the laws legally kidnap your child and put them in a dangerous situation where they are now suffering true abuse. And forced to lie about it. Then to find out that your ex-best friend helped create fraud in your name. And now you understand why all this has been happening. I don't give a fuck that she slept with my ex. The fact that you would go so low to commit fraud in my name, not realizing the consequences and actions of your actions. I would have never done that to you. I started distancing myself from this person when I found out they was into this type of stuff. So yeah, my PTSD is triggered because I want to punch somebody that deserved to be punched. That makes sense. You know? When I was younger, I had anger management issues. I would fight my way out instead of talk my way out. I learned to talk my way out. I learned how to deal with my anger management on my own. Not because I took an anger management class, which I did. It did nothing. Because I got out of that 11-month-29 and kept being angry. You know? It was when I decided to work on myself. When I decided that something else mattered more. Is when I did the work on myself and I got my anger under control. Even now, my anger is under control. But there's a fire in my heart. You know? And I feel like setting fire to the rain. Because not only did y'all rob me of my child and put her in harm's way, but you went for the jugular. And for a judge to go that far to remove me out my child's life with no signs of abuse, that tells me you in cahoots. You in cahoots. Now my daughter is being abused. Truly. So this is my outlet. This is where I can come talk. Somebody's going to hear it. My PTSD is triggered because the safety of my child is being threatened. And there's nothing I can do about it. That's why my PTSD is being triggered. Because my back is up against the wall. But I'm not one that I'm not one that runs. I'm going to come out fighting, and I'm going to use these cards to come out fighting. So, y'all back me in the corner. I'm finna get you the fuck off me. So, where we starting at, Mozart? Give me 1 second. Hey, baby, close my door. Or close your door, because that TV loud. Putty. She got that TV loud as crap. Let me go shut this door. Okay. So yeah, I'm having these visions, right? And there was something somebody didn't want me to see. It's cloaked. Then I got people who are still gang stalking. And it's to the point where there's even legal authorities who are involved in the gang stalking. They kidnapped my daughter legally. That don't sit easy on my heart, man. You know. I've been doing fine dealing with this. But here lately, maybe the Most High triggered my PTSD to get me to speak on what I'm going through. You know? God be strategic, you know? I ain't been speaking on this. I've been pushing it to the side and doing whatever I can to keep my peace. Maybe God created this storm inside me to get me talking about what I feel about how the system put my daughter in danger. I was never the threat, but the person that you sent her to was always the threat. Even the commissioner, when they sent me to jail, even the commissioner thought it was fishy. You know? Why would he say, I don't know why the judge went to these links. He said, I don't understand why they went to these links. There was no evidence of abuse. You know? Over some words. But, you know, he had to do his job, right? I told my daughter, these are the words that I told my daughter. I told her that you're still a child and that you're trying to grow up too fast. And in the neighborhood I live in, these men will see you and treat you like you're a grown woman because you don't look like a child. Physically, my daughter has a physique out this world. You see what I'm saying? She has a body frame that people pay for. And like I told her, these men will see you and eat you alive. With you being so young, naive, and gullible, you know? Don't go out here. I didn't want her going out here in this world doing what she was doing, mimicking somebody else's actions and behaviors that she learned when I was not present due to a hardship I was going through. And I had just got her to stop hurting herself, you know. And she came in that day looking like a grown-ass woman with these big bird-ass eyelashes on. And she just got in high school. She's a freshman. And I'm like, no, baby, you move too fast. Slow down. No, and then you stay out. You come home from school. You don't even come in. This is all out of character. All this stuff was out of character for my child. You don't come in the house. You don't check in. And then it's 6 o'clock at night before you finally come in the house. And I'm sitting up here asking, where are my children? Trying to figure out where they at. So then, I finally figured out where they at. They wasn't nowhere but downstairs over a neighbor house. But the point is, I've never... Actually, they did come in the house. They came in and dropped their school bags off and went right back out the door. That's never been permitted in my home. You ask permission before you walk out my door. I need to know your whereabouts at all times. They was out of character, being unruly. And I'm like, what in the hell is y'all's problem? Do you want to be grown? Well, let me tell you what trying to be grown too fast gonna get you, especially in the neighborhood I live in. I live in the fucking hood, y'all. I ain't got no lie to tell y'all. And I done seen girls that's 18 get turned out in these streets. One girl I was actually helping got set out on the streets from the state. She turned 18 and they kicked her out. She was living in a shelter. And I'm trying my best to help this girl, to keep her, hey, get your ID, go get you a job. You know what I'm saying? The girl got talent, beautiful. She could write poetry, all this stuff. This is just an example. And this girl, beautiful girl, she had so much talent, but she was also traumatized. And I kept telling her, don't get wrapped up in these men. Because, she wasn't no ugly girl, so these men was trying to get at her. I said, yes, you just turned 18. Yeah, you out here. But move smartly. You know what I'm saying? Get you a job. Use this shelter. Get yourself together, She got her a job. She went and did that. She went and got her a job. But at the same time, she met a man who lured her away from the job. I tell you, this child, a year later, this child was every bit of maybe 200 pounds. A year later, when I saw this child, she looked like she weighed 25 pounds. A skeleton walking. Where some guy done got her wrapped up in the streets. And I didn't recognize her. I kept wondering, why is this girl staring at me? And she just looking at me. And then she finally said, Auntie. I knew the voice. She called me Auntie. She said, Auntie. And I'm like, why are you calling me Auntie? Why your voice sound familiar? I did not recognize this child. And she said, Auntie, you don't know who I am? And then I called her name and she said, yeah. I said, what the fuck? And my reaction was like shock, like what the fuck? Because I really did not recognize her. So the day my daughter came in being fast, that memory, and that scared me because I see my daughter heading down that same path in that instant. Don't get out here in these streets and somebody go turn her out. So I told her the real. I told her the truth. And I didn't sugarcoat it. Next thing you know, I'm in jail. Next thing you know, the police knocking at my door and I'm in jail. I bombed out the next day. They put me on a 12-hour hold. Put me under order of protection with us no contact, even through third party. And I'm just sitting here looking like, what the fuck is really going on, you know? Why the fuck am I in jail? Why the fuck did they just strip me of my custody of my child? You know, I'm sitting up here looking behooved because I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, somebody done pulled a Houdini on me. Like, really? Because I told my daughter the truth about what these streets could do to her, I went to jail. And now there are signs, there's proof that she's being harmed some kind of way. And there's nothing I can do about it. So yeah, my PTSD is triggered. I don't want my daughter ending up like that child that called me auntie. She got in the wrong crowd and she was barely recognizable. I mean, beautiful girl turned into a bag of bones within a year. I could not see that happening to my child. You know, that's why I say people say what they want. I'm standing on truth. And that's the truth. I did not harm her. I hurt her feelings because I told her the truth. And my daughter's hard-headed. You know, she's also confused because she got one parent that's trying to give her structure and boundaries and morals and standards. And she got another parent that don't give no fucks as long as they get what the fuck they want. I'm not asking her to choose me. I'm asking her to choose God and the truth. I'm asking her to fight, to stand up for herself, even if that means going against me. Whatever her truth is, I mean the absolute truth, not the fabricated truth that you've been told to say, because it's not a truth, it's a lie. You know, it's funny. That same person that's forcing you to lie came to another individual and told them, speak the truth. But when they spoke the truth, they looked at them as if they wanted to kill them. So you got to know the difference between a lie and a truth, baby girl. The truth sets you free. The lies keep you hindered and stuck. Okay, the fabrication. A lie is something that was fabricated. It did not truly take place. The truth is what actually happened and can be proven. Okay? I thought I taught you that. Sometimes when you're in a difficult situation and you're faced with fear, you gotta know that God protects children. And God don't allow evil to win over his children. So sometimes you got to be brave and know that God is right there with you even though you can't see him. God is also within you. You got to trust yourself, no matter how scared you are. The devil's cunning, and he's walked to and fro to seek, kill, and destroy. But we're dealing with a student of the devil who's outmastered the teacher. Even God says he's worse than the devil. So, you can't be scared of him neither. Because I'm not afraid. I'm actually fed up with it. And I know part of me is in you. And I need you to call on that and stand strong and tell your truth, the absolute truth. I need you to do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. No matter what, I'm going to always be your mama. I'm going to always love you. You're always with me.